Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Breakfast with the Viking. Some of you may actually remember this series from TikTok a forever time ago. I have recently made the move to YouTube, and I'm going to be doing most, if not all, of my content there. So if you'd like to continue to watch the Breakfast with the Viking series, which is a daily Monday through Friday, start to your day, quote of the day type of entertainment, feel free to follow me here. Today's quote of the day is going to be, "No matter how hard the past is, you can always begin again," from Buddha. And that's important for me today, especially because I'm picking back up content creation as a full-time job description at this point. And after having been through quite the ringer over this past year, it definitely feels like it's a new place, and this is all starting over again and things of that nature, and that can be difficult. Having to start over again is never an easy thing to do, especially when you've done it 3, 4, 5, or however many times some of us have had to go through and pick ourselves back up and start over again. So this quote is specifically important to me today as I restart this journey into content and restart this journey into just life of my own in general. So much has changed over the past year, and if you guys care to hear about any of that, feel free to follow me here on YouTube, and I will be doing podcasts and things of that nature specifically related to some of those things. But yeah, so for this morning, tell yourself, that no matter how hard it gets, no matter how difficult it has been, every opportunity to start over is an opportunity to do something different that you didn't do before, right? Which is a blessing in a way. Things can only get so bad, right? And eventually, the only direction to go is up and forward. So focus on that this morning. Focus on your ability to change whatever small, even infinitesimal item you think may not make a difference. Focus on it, make a change, and see what kind of butterfly effects out of that. We all have great opportunities in front of us. Sometimes it's very, very, very difficult to see. I know personally it's been almost impossible to see some of the positives in my own life just because everything else, every other even mildly negative item is so overwhelming, and so easily am I able to focus on those negative items rather than trying to force myself into the present and accepting the positives that are also surrounding me. So, no matter how bad it gets, you have an opportunity to begin again, to pick up on something, start something new, learn something new, and be able to just trudge forward and become a better and different individual than you were. And eventually, when you look back, you'll notice. You won't see it now. Well, you might, but there's a very high likelihood that you won't see it now. I know when I look back, I can see the progress. I can see in my life and in certain points on my history, I can say, okay, that's where I learned something. That's where an important change was made. That's when I became more mature, more adult-like. That's when I understood what it was like to experience this or to live with this. And so when you look back and you've tried to make those changes, you can start to see the outcome piece by piece by piece. But if you don't try to make those changes, even though it's hard and even though it doesn't even appear to make a difference in the moment, if you don't attempt to make those changes in that moment, you'll never be able to look back and say, okay, that was actually worth it. Those were good things that I did. Those were beneficial. They made me into the person that I am today. So make the small changes, take your new beginnings, and do everything you can to bring a small amount of positivity out of whatever situation that you're in. All right, so I think that's going to wrap it up for this morning. Just a quick little brief hello, good morning, and go do some good things throughout the day. So, as always, I'm your host, the American Viking, and have a great, great day. And don't let anybody bring you down. The only person who can do that to you is you. Have a great one.